Alright, welcome back. This is Bike Talk episode 35, where I review or roast your bikes. Let's get straight into it. First up, we have First Wave Recording Studios, and he says, roast me please in his subject. Gary Love channel, watching you keeps me sane at work. Thanks for endless hours of escapism. Thanks, Win. Normally I work on schoolwork at work, but I had the summer off since my master's program doesn't really start the end of this month. And since I finally got in, I rewarded myself with this build. Alright, so looks like it's not doing work this summer, has the summer off, so good job, Win. And he wants a roast. All grill, no chill, keep 100, big dog. Thanks, Win. Alright, here's his bike. First up, just too easy. Quick release on the wrong side, scratching pedal, scratching crank arm. These cranks are pin cranks anyway, so I guess I can excuse that because he doesn't really care about his cranks. But the pedals look like MKS pedals, which are pretty nice, so a couple of points off there. Water bottle is too big for the bottle cage. Got his FPOS machine here, one on the front, one on the back. Got some TT bars on here, bullhorn bars. If you want to hit up Win, there's his number and there's his email address. This is another pic. I'd say the first pic's probably a bit nicer, just outside. But yeah, let's look at the second pic since it's more of a side shot. No bottom bottle cage, crank arm not straight. I do like the slick upgrades. I think that'd be pretty good, pretty fast. Running 3x7 STX here, and yeah, looks like he spends a lot of time looking for new instruments to buy. You can see he's got a bass here, got a few other guitars. I think this is a semi-hollow acoustic, could be a mandolin. Got a keyboard here, got a Fender Twin maybe, got a few kind of mics and speakers up here, got a little selfie camera image here as well. I feel like Win probably spends a lot of time collecting instruments or buying instruments for some reason. I don't think he really plays that much, but yeah, if you're looking for an instrument and you need one, he's got a whole collection that you can borrow. Alright, thanks Win, thanks for sending, cool bike. Alright, next up is Tong, and he said, roast, hi Gary, love your channel, thanks Ben. His name in his email is Tong, but his name is Ben, so a little bit weird there. He's been using it for touring. Roast it if you can, smiley face. Thanks Ben, hope you're well. Alright, here's his bike. This is a pretty sick photo, I gotta say. It's right in the middle of the road. Definitely got to be careful. Everything looks really perfect, but it's a non-drive size shot, so you got to take a few points off there. Let's see what he's got. He's got bottle in bottle cage, bottle in bottle cage here. Got all the bottle cages filled up, so that's good. Crank arm isn't straight, even though he has a bike stand, so he could easily make it straight. I would say these two bottles are a little too big, squashed up against a frame bag there, might be hard to get out. Seat probably pointing a little too far up, might have some pain there. Nice front rack, nice rear rack, all loaded up with his panners. I feel like the ratio of the weight of the bike looks pretty good overall, pretty even, should be a pretty solid ride. Let's see what else he's got. Alright, here's the front pick or drive side shot. Crank arm not straight again, but running 3x7 DX, Dior DX, pretty nice. Got the bottle in bottle cages again, all warded up here. Bags look good. Yeah, pretty fitted out bike. I like these little handlebar bar ends. If you're traveling a long time, they're probably really good to kind of switch up your hand positions. I'm surprised he doesn't have like an extra one too. 2 positions might be enough though, but looks like he's gone pretty far. Alright, another pic. Beautiful picture here of, where is this? United States of America. Yeah, it's pretty picturesque. I like it. Looks like a painting almost. Pretty cool. Be a fun thing to do. Got his helmet here with the little brim. I like that. Sun smart. Don't get sunburned. And then, yeah, another shot. This is basically his, Ben's little kind of diary, I think. Little diary. This is, you know, he went to the kind of the desert. He went to the beaches, or solo, no people. More picture of his bike here, drinks smart water, not sponsored, but he likes that brand, I suppose. Or he probably likes those bottles. I think the bottles are good shape. Thumb is up the front. Yeah, just old school giant. Here he is, in the desert again. Nice flowers in the background, nice bench. Yeah, pretty sick. I'm surprised I'm surprised he didn't take any photos of himself, or just photos of people, because if you look at all these pictures, it looks like all these pictures going to end up looking the same, just a background and his bikes. But yeah, overall looks like a pretty fun trip. I like to do it. Pretty rad. Fight across America. Hope you made it. Cheers, Ben. Thanks for sending. All right, next up is Johan. He says, "Hey Gary, here's my 90s Trek camper. Love to have a roast. Greetings from Sweden." All right, just loading up here. All right, here it is. Pretty sick. Got a little camper trailer type of deal. What's he doing? This is Trek camper, so he's going camping. So assume that he's got all his camping gear here. He does have 2 bottles in bottle cages. Crank arm isn't straight though. Quick release is on the wrong side. Saddle is slammed all the way back with the swept back bars, so I can forgive that. Looks like you got some type of rice cooker, or looks like a salad drainer here. I feel like that's pretty I feel like that's probably a little bit too hardcore for going camping, like a salad spinner. Yeah, you may as well go to an Airbnb or something with this. Let's see what else it's got. Yeah, fully rigged up. I do like this solar panel. That's pretty cool. I don't know what it's powering, but good to get a little bit of extra power when you're traveling. Yeah, this has got to be a salad spinner or kind of like a dishwasher thing. But yeah, running thummies again on this one. Got the fenders going on, swept back bars, panners up front. Got a little saddle bag. Here it is again. Highlight of the show. I feel like he must really like this to bring it as well. Got the Bob trailer sticker on his water bottle, and that's basically it. Yeah, overall pretty good. I feel like there's not too much to roast on this one. I think maybe a fender's a little bit off here, but overall not too bad. Yeah, pretty good. Nice setup. Cheers, Johan. All right, next up is Jason. Jason says roast. Okay, sent to emails. He says, long time watcher, first time roast requester. Jace Lynch on Insta, if you want to follow him. Feel free to be brutal. Love your work. Thanks, Jace. All right, so he's got a mix part of stuff, AliExpress bits, and Edison bars and rack. All right, let's see. All right, first roast, close-up pic. This is another reveal type of post, type of email. So yeah, okay, so first up I say he's got some new tires on here, looking pretty good, nice tubes. It's got custom housing, custom gear cable, so it should be a pretty custom build, I'm thinking. All right, more of the purple stuff here, custom cabling, custom quick release skewer, pedals, bolts. I think that's some type of ring, narrow wide, I think. I'm not sure what brand that is. LX on the back. Chain is pretty clean, cassette is pretty clean, so looking good so far. Custom wrap job, you can tell when someone does a little hand wrap job. They're gonna have a custom bike for sure. All right, here it is. I think this is the before pic. All right, no need to look at that. All right, his phone crashed. Never had a phone crash sending an email before, but there we go. All right, so here's the side pic. All right, overall pretty sick. I like the stance. I think this is a little bit too hokey, just with the coffee mug in the rack. I feel like that's kind of just too overboard. The bars look kind of cool. The grips look interesting. You know he's going to have cork bar ends with the tape here. I'm surprised he didn't have taped up grips. Let's see what else we got. I feel like the saddle could use some work. If you cover this saddle up, yeah, it would look a lot better. The saddle doesn't really go with the bike in my opinion, but yeah, maybe that's what he had. All right, he lined up the Max's tires almost. This one's a bit off, so you got to roast him for that. Crank arm straight, cable length looks good, bottom bottle cage. Yeah, overall pretty sweet. Bars look good here. A little bit funky here, but just a mix and match of colors. But yeah, not too bad. It's just a hanger. I would probably do black. Nice little front rack setup. Looks like he's got some straps on there as well. Yeah, overall pretty sick. All right, pretty cool. Little back shot, close up shot of that, we're seeing that. Okay, XO, True Temper XO, this is pretty nice, Comp 2, so nice solid frame, actually made in the USA. Alright, so it must be an older frame or high-end frame. Oh, it's got the original Gary Yoda sticker. OGs would know this. I used to wear a hat that said Toyota on it. STXRX. Alright, yeah, overall pretty sick. Not too much to roast. I feel like he's got everything on point. Yeah, just this section here could use a bit of work. And here's the old one. Alright, overall pretty sick. Yeah, I dig it. Nice build. The purple, I usually don't like too much color on my bikes, but I feel like this is just right on the edge. It looks pretty decent. Like if you didn't have a purple stem, I think it would look cool. Like silver stem, that would look sick. All right, thanks for sharing, Jason. Appreciate it. All right, next up is Gary, another Gary. So, hey Gary, I love the bike content. Please review or roast my current favorite ride. Old wine corks make great bar and bungs. Just seen in the last email actually. All right, thanks Gary. All right, close-up pick again to start off with. So we're gonna guess this will be slightly customized. Cassette's a bit dirty, chain is a bit dirty, and he does have a custom bar end cable, but it looks like it's been reused like 4 or 5 times. And now we see this orange. It's not going to look good. So my kind of guess with this bike, just seeing this pick, is just going to be, I think the maximum is going to be about 7 out of 10. But yeah, only points to lose from now on. Okay, Billy Bonkers, point gone right there. Dirty Billy Bonkers look gross with the new tan color, the dark brown. All right, here it is. He stuffed that in. I feel like once you stuff that in, how can you get that out? That's going to be a bit of a pain, I reckon. But yeah, I guess not really my problem. Orange cabling. He does have a Kona, old school Kona, so with the P2 fork. So the frame stance should look pretty good on the bike. But yeah, I don't know about matching the bike to your D-lock. I feel like that's a pretty weird choice. All right, here it is. I think I was pretty spot on with the rating. I think he got maybe a point extra for the black drivetrain. I think that helped clean it up a bit, and the black kind of cockpit. But yeah, overall a little bit funky. I think these wheels are kind of like, yeah, really out there. You gotta love orange wheels. But yeah, maybe he likes color. He did match all the colors to his frame, like you can see here, so I guess that's pretty good. But yeah, he updated drivetrain there, and that's basically it. That's no more picks. Can't really see the riding position from here. It looks decent, but I don't know if this is too long or not. But I feel like as his bars has a short stem, it should be all right. But yeah, overall pretty cool. And yeah, I'll give you a couple points for the slam stem. So I feel like that's a good one. And then extra cabling here as well. All right, thanks Gary. Appreciate it. All right, next up is Jack. Jack says, hi Gary, love the videos. Please roast my bike from New Zealand. Thanks Jack, appreciate that. All right, here's Jack's bike. He says roast. So overall, this is probably my favorite bike so far. Pretty sick photo and pretty sick stance. I feel like these cranks are super sick too. He is running SPDs, so a couple of points off just because I don't like SPDs. Running this cable on the outside of the frame, I think that's okay. Yeah, because this eyelet's on the right hand side, so that's okay. But yeah, the stance looks sick in this photo. Sometimes a bike will look sick from a certain angle, but you can really tell if it's going to be sick when you look at the side pic or a different angle. But yeah, we'll keep looking. From this pic, I feel like his drops on his bars are a little bit weird. I feel like they're kind of like too far out to be usable, so he probably doesn't need drop bars on this. I'm gonna give him props for also setting up the bike in the rocks without a stand or anything or a stick. I feel like that's pretty high tech. All right, another front-ish pick. So once again, you can't see the actual riding position here, but it looks pretty good from this one too. I like the quick release. Crank arm is straight, bottle cage, nice background. This old school shifter seems a little bit out of place, but I'll forgive it because it seems everything else is pretty sick. All right, side pick. All right, here you go. I told you. Side pick is so riding position. I feel like it seems a little aggressive. I'd probably have like a slightly slacker or slightly less aggressive riding position, but also the photo is being distorted, so it's kind of squashed more as well. I think the stem degree, he got the stem degree pointing up a little bit. It would be better with the stem with the more of an aggressive angle to match the top tube. But yeah, overall pretty sick setup, I think. Pretty sick bike. He asked for a roast, but I don't know what else to roast. Crank arm not straight here. Everything seems pretty clean. Tires are pretty clean. Can roast him for that. All right, here's a side pick. Yeah, so you can see what I'm saying now. Like, crank arm not straight, stem angle slightly off, headset could be a little bit fixed up there, seat post, little scratch there, but yeah, overall I'm into it. Nice one, Jack. Super sick. I love the cranks. I think they're awesome. And the drivetrain looks completely new, so nice job there. All right. Thanks, Jack. Thanks for sending in. All right, next up is Kevin. Kevin says, roast in the subject and say, hey, Gary, thanks in advance for taking a look at this. Love the vids. Especially love seeing the skate clips in the ride talks. Thanks, Kevin. It's trying to butter me up. All right. Is Diamondback Ascent EX, great bike. So he just fixed it up basically. So yeah, let's see. All right, first roast got to be taking a photo against a grate. This is just super hard to see. Kind of hurts my eyes. Let's see if we got another one. All right, no, that's the best side shot. All right, crank arm is straight, pedals not straight, body and bottle cage, little tool bag in there, or tool multi-tool here. Or is that a lock? I think that's a lock. Okay, rack looks good, back rack is straight, front rack is straight. This is pretty good build. Saddle is a little bit tilted back, but I think that's okay with the swept back bars because you'll be more upright. Got some pink cabling going on here. Length looks pretty good. Like, you got to excuse the basket, but yeah, not too bad. Upgraded drivetrain here. Decker's chainring facing outwards, repping the Decker's brand. Got I think that's Acelot. I can't really see it. Or Advent maybe. Remech, Pro Micro Shift. And got some Schwalbies on there. Schwalb Marathons, I heard they're pretty good. Double fender, looks good. Yeah, pretty sweet build overall. Yeah, just roasting you for the photo really. Everything else looks good. I think everything's kind of on par. Grips looks pretty good. I'd say like the grip, the flat bit is probably tilted a little bit too far forward, so your hands might roll a little bit too over, but you might be taller by seeing the lever position, so you might be all right. I personally would kind of like tilt them back a bit because I'd use them when I'm like chilling. Nice little bell there, old school bell. Got a bought sticker and a corgi sticker. Nice little cargo net there. I think that's pretty cool. What else has it got? I feel like this is like an empty accessory holder, so a couple of points off for that. This is the old bike how it was. We don't need to look at this. He does have like a park tool stand, which is pretty sick. I shimmed the seat post with Smirnoff ice. I feel like that's going to be an issue. And then running the cable here over the quick release. I feel like you would want to put this underneath maybe. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for sending. Pretty good, Kevin. Cheers. All right, next up is Nesta. Nesta say, hey Gary, I sent pictures of my GT Kakaram Elite Forks handmade in Belgium by Huffler Cycle. Roast it as you know it. Love your channel. Cheers, Nesta. I feel like everyone's been pretty good lately in this episode. Not much to roast actually. I think people are starting to catch on. This is a pretty sick build. I like it. Looks good. I like the kind of raw metal and kind of all silver type of look. The brown I can excuse. I don't like this yucky brown color. Looks gross, but it does match your your stained grips and your stained seat, so everything matches the stained look. It's got a little angle iron, cut off angle iron bike stand which matches this whole frame, so gotta give him props for that. I think one thing that stands out that's not good is this front rack. I feel like this front rack has seen better days. It feels like it's super bent. Maybe it's being used a lot. Everything else looks pretty primo on this build, but the rack looks super beat up. Got XT on the front, new stem, Brook saddle, little trinket on the saddle. We'll see what the trinket is. No bottle cages, no bottles. All right, back shot, no bar ends, but I don't run bar ends either, but I'm gonna roast you for it because everyone says don't puncture yourself. All right, front rack looks a bit better from this angle. It looks real thin here, but I guess it's a bit wider. Looks like it's seen better days though. The fork looks good. I like this segmented fork. I'm surprised you didn't use anything with these bosses though. If you got them custom made with the bosses, you should try to use them for something. Otherwise, yeah, it doesn't look like it should be there. U-brake on the back. I think these are Ritchie comp, Vantage comp or something. Rims. Nice little pedal upgrade. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Just 2 picks on this one. Yeah, nice. I'm into it. Nice, pretty sick build. Cheers. Thanks, Nesta. Alright, next up is Roman, or Romaine. Hey Gary, discovered your channel last year and been watching regularly since. Thanks, Romaine. Love your content. Instead of mine, that seems to be yours according to your vids. Don't know what that means, but thanks. Here's the first 4 emails as well, because 4 bikes. Well, what do you think? Did Roman break the rules? So we'll take a look. Alright, so I feel like he just sent this one. Alright, this is bike anyway. Cheers from Belgium, Roman. Have a good time roasting it. Alright, so yeah, first of all, got to get the easy stuff out of the way. So yeah, too much brown on this bike. Feel like brown saddle, brown bottle. I think he was trying to match like the bronze here. The bronze of the frame. So he's got bronze bottle, bronze cage. I feel like these you can kind of go for bronze. They're a little bit more orange, but I'll let him slide on this one. But I feel like the pedal is way off. Yeah, the pedal is definitely way off. I feel like if you try to match everything on your bike and then you have one piece that's kind of like off, it really kind of sticks out. But overall looks like pretty sick ride. Looks like a kind of mix match of parts, but looks pretty cool. I like the Magic Components fork. I like this curved seat post thing, kind of like a classic look. It's got a huge crank stamp sticker here. It's kind of weird, I feel like, with these pedals. He probably had a lapse when he put these pedals on. He was just like, these pedals don't even match. Well, may as well just slap the sticker on here as well. And then here's his cockpit, looking pretty good. Got some thummies there, got a nice bell. Bell is going to be hard to reach there, I feel like. I'm surprised he didn't put it like a bit closer up. Gold saddle, bronze saddle. Got some DX brakes or XT brakes here. I think these are DX because they don't have the black bosses. Dior thummies here, nice die comp levers, looks sweet as well. Non-drive side shot, little book stand for his bike. Yeah, overall pretty sick, pretty funky. Like, I think like it looks kind of cool, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't ride it. But yeah, I feel like if he, might suit kind of his, might suit Belgium, maybe where things are kind of like a little bit more kind of classic and has that older style to it. I feel like maybe it'd fit the environment. So yeah, you have to tell me, Roman. Let me know how it is. All right, cool. Thanks for sending. Cheers. All right, next up is Doug. Doug says, "Hi Gary, just finished it. This is a Ratso mod. It's 1 of 7 bikes, blah blah blah, from Portland, Oregon, where prices are ridiculously inflated." Yeah, it's getting the same here in Melbourne. Everything's getting quite, inflated, I'd say. All right, thanks, Doug. Roast is Coney said. All right, yeah, overall pretty sick. I dig it. This is kind of like an old cool bike that's kind of been redone. Crank arm not straight. No bottle cages. Pedal is the wrong color. I do like the dart up front. I think that tire is pretty good. Most people run a smoke, I think, on the rear, but he's got a Bontrager or something. The tread looks pretty good though. Got some riser bars here. Cable length looks good. Quick release in the right place. Rear cable, I'd say looks a little bit long, but yeah, not too bad. I like this seat post as well. All right, bars up front. The bars look sick. What bars are these? I don't know. These bars look cool. Got the old Kona levers as well, thummies as well. Ritchie brakes, candy brakes. I feel like this is on backwards. Got some Shimano, I think these are XT parallel hubs. STX or XT, I think. And then it's got some Mavics. Yeah, pretty sick. I feel like the bike looks better from this angle with the bars. You can't really see the bars here. But yeah, looks like a sick ride. I like the overall color except for the pedal. If you cover the pedal up, yeah, it will be pretty sick. All right, thanks Doug, thanks for sending. All right, next up is Emmanuel and said, Roast, hi, greetings from Ciudad Juarez, Chica Hula Hula. I don't know, probably butchered that. He's from Mexico. Thanks, Emmanuel. I make my own builds. This one's my favorite. Bought for 25 bucks and added mods. The last thing was the paint. Please roast me. All right. Yeah, too many colors for me, but overall I'd say pretty fun bike. It looks pretty sick actually. Looks like a little funky all around. I like how the cable matches the bike. I think that looks cool. No bottom body cage, crank arm not straight or aligned with the seat tube. And this rear rack looks a little strange with the speaker. Brook saddle looks a little bit weird, pointing down. I guess it's got to be too low, yeah. It's lower than the handlebars, so too far low. Got a little dropper here, but the dropper it's probably only like 3 centimeters, so I don't know if that really works that well. Unless this is the lowered position and the saddle goes up to about here, then I will excuse it. But it doesn't seem like it because the levers are at this angle. All right, it's got this huge ass cassette on the back, running some looks like derailleur, pulling probably like 56T on the back. All right, yeah, got the speaker, got the blue lug thinger, reflector. Did he drill this hole here in the stem? Can't really see, maybe it's just on the other side of the stem. Purple grips, BMX bar-ish. Yeah, overall pretty sick. And he's running cages here as well. So yeah, just a funky build overall, but at least his consistent funkiness. Like the stem here, stem converter, this triangle reflector thing. Yeah, just funky all around. Bronze rack, never seen a bronze rack before. And yeah, Dior. New cassette, new chain, looking pretty good. Oh, I guess he said he painted this himself, so yeah, it looks great. The paint, like what you did with the paint looks good, but I feel like it looked pretty cool before, like all silver look. Looks pretty sick, but yeah, obviously, you know, he likes colors, so he spiced it up a bit. So yeah, nice job, Emmanuel. Nice bike, cheers. All right, next up is J-Dog. I feel like J-Dog has, here's my installing for Raid, Shadows, Legends. Get it through this link. Both of us will get some free stuff, boost us along. All right, cheers, J-Dog. All right, next up is Andy. Andy is a regular on the channel. He comments every now and then, knows the old skate spots. Play That Graphol is my house, so I didn't even have to ride anywhere to look played out. So he already knows. All right, this is Andy's bike. Okay, first up, got this massive seat post here with gouges coming out of it. All right, rocking the old M-Base sticker. M-Base is kind of like what we used to call Melbourne Museum when we rode fixed gears together back in the day. I can actually say back in the day because it's probably more than 15 years ago. But it was kind of like a rip-off of W-Base in Japan, but we just called it M-Base for like Melbourne. But yeah, it's a cool sticker. I didn't know you guys made these stickers. They're pretty sick. He's got kind of like a Diacomp or Diatech BMX lever, single finger lever. So you know that his brakes is set up super well. Got this old ass tube to kind of protect his scratched up bars here so they don't get scratched up anymore. BMX stem. Got a little bit of a, what is this? Duct tape cable guide. Let's see what this is, guys. 26-inch front fork. Profile hubs on this. That's pretty wild. Profile hubs. Laced to MTX, it looks like. Close-up pic of a rusty, dirty chain. I'm not sure what this brand is. I'm pretty sure Andy would be trying to tell me something with this brand, but I'm not sure. All right, Tree Bicycle Co. BMX sprocket here. They used to make spline sprockets so you can run them on fixed gears. But I feel like a lot is spline these days now. But yeah, I used to run one of these. Pretty good, super strong. This was kind of like the part to get. And BMX crank when I was running fixed gears. It's just KMC brand. KMC chain. Dirty chain. Profile hubs. I saw these, Andy. Saw them from a mile away. Super nice. You think this bike looks like a beater, but it has like super nice parts on it for people that know. Except for this saddle. This saddle has seen better days. Looks like Andy got hungry and took a bite out of his own saddle. Alright, got the played out graffiti. Purple graffiti wall with purple bike. Matching his bike to the graffiti wall. Super played out. Running his Auri grips with ODI branding bar ends. So kind of cross branding here. And then he poked them through the end here. I forgot what frame this is. I think this is can't read it. Here's the old W base sticker if you can see. But yeah, I do like this bolt in here to tighten up the seat post. Pretty cool integrated bolt. Running single brake. Got his wheel all the way on the end of the dropouts. Fixie Kid's gonna roast you for having too much gap here. Not arrow enough. No bottle cages, because there's no bottle mounts. Crank arm is almost straight, but not straight. Running Holdfast straps. Shout out Holdfast. But yeah, overall pretty sick. This frame is escaping me. Oh, it's a styling. I think this is a W base frame, maybe. Yin-house frame? I forgot. Sorry, Andy, forgot. It's been so long. Doesn't have that much toe overlap, so you know it's one of the older style fixie frames. I think the new one, they made it so they have more toe overlap for like bar spins and stuff. You can still do bar spins on this, you just gotta like point your toe up. Saddle slammed all the way back for that chill lifestyle. Alright, that's basically it. Thanks, Andy. Pretty sick bike overall. Feel like he rips it. It might not look sick from just looking at it, but actually has a lot of nice parts on it. I think these are profile cranks as well. Nice. Thanks, Andy. Thanks for sending in. All right, next up is Eric. Eric says, "Hi, Gary. This is my first build. Would appreciate a review of it. Love what you're doing. Keep it up. Cheers from Sweden." All right, Eric. First pick is another close-up pick, so we'll take a guess of how good this bike's going to be. I feel like he kind of just did a normal update job. STX levers, old-style bell, pink bike. Looks pretty good with black components, black and silver. Feel like your stem is a little high on your stem spacer here. No bottle cage. Running cons 70s though. I feel like these should be alright. He should have alright stees for his bike. Alright, here's a side shot. 400 LX. Pink, not too many colors, so he's doing good so far. Just a pink frame. STX RX cranks. Alright, here's a side pick. Yeah, overall pretty sick. Yeah, you can you can kind of tell just by the first few picks, even if they're close-ups. Overall sick frame, like the horizontal top tube. Nice color, no additional colors. People take note. This is how you do it. Stem has a little rise to it. I would have went with a stem that matches the top tube. But yeah, overall pretty sick. Nice upgrades all around. Nice stance to it. I think this is pretty good. Nice one, Eric. Thanks for sending. Alright, next up is Giuseppe, and he says, Dad's bike on the subject. He said, "Yellow, how's it going? Behold my work truck. Roast my bike, please." Alright, so this is... This is just kind of like, a get around bike, I guess. So crank arm not straight. Too many cables on your frame. Frame is too rusty. Tires are too worn, too yellow. Handlebars are pointing too far up. Too much cloth on your saddle. It's a beach bike actually, so I do give him. I can probably lay off some of the things. Has a little kind of. I think this is like kind of a generator for his light. Maybe it's on the back wheel. That probably explains all the cable. Little panna bag here, tiny panna bag. Seems alright. Got a KitchenAid badge on his crate. Not sure why. Maybe he works at a kitchen or something. That's why he's got that. And yeah, that's basically it. Not too much to it. Just like a get around bike. Good for the desert. You almost kind of lose it within each of the photos. Kind of camouflages in. All natural tones on this one. Pretty good. Thanks, Giuseppe. I think he just sent the same email twice. Alright, next up is Mun. Moon said, "Yeah, Gary, this is my 90s wife shelf or something. This frame is custom painted, originally silver without stickers anyway. I recently started sewing and the frame bag and stone bag were my first products. You inspired me with the Mandeville basket. Really enjoy your vids. Keep it up. Best regards." From Germany, Phil. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate that. All right, so just learned to sew, and yeah, the bags look pretty cool. I'm into it. Yeah, both look good. Look well made. Pretty neat overall. And yeah, bike wise, basket looks good. I'm biased, but I do like the Cycles Mandeville basket. I think it's a good looking basket and easy to install as well. I feel like this is backwards, just a hanger thing. Let's take a look at the side pick. Side pick looks good. I wonder why people put the bars up like this. I feel like it's not a comfortable position for the wrists, but yeah, maybe someone can explain to me. Oh yeah, overall looks pretty cool. Just an all black bike with tan wars and a bit of brown. I'm not a fan of brown, you probably already know, but I feel like this is not too bad. Back shot, custom chainstay wrap here, looking pretty good. Yeah, new Schwab tires. Yeah, overall looks pretty sweet. Got the green, matches all his green bags. Sweet, nice looking bike. Yeah, not too much to roast. Crank arm isn't straight, but I guess it matches the chainstay, and it's got a bottom bottle cage, so nice one on those. I'm not sure what's happening here. This might be a little bit long, but yeah, overall pretty sick. Nice one, Moon. Nice way. All right, this is going to be the last one. Vlad, not sure how you say that. Vladimir. Yeah, maybe Vladimir. So, hey Gary, I used to ride as a fixie, but now I got 2 kids and purpose changed. I reversed the drop bars for more comfortable position. So it's blah blah blah. Have fun, mate. Okay, cheers, mate. All right, so he turned the bars upside down. So I feel like this bike isn't gonna look that good, but let's take a look at it. All right, first of all, looks like a pretty nice apartment or house. Got some marble walls, got a funky arty fence thing, handrail, and nice accent wall here. All right, so honestly, a bike can only look so good when it's got his bars flipped. And I feel like this is no exception. I feel like this is for his kid here. This looks, it looks a little light. It might work, but it looks like it could bend real easy. So I'd be careful with that. Basket looks like it's falling off the rack. I'm not into these 3 colors here. Crank arm not straight. Non-drive side shot. He probably has baby brain. He's probably so tired that he was like stumbling, trying to get the baby to sleep, and took this pic as it was falling down or something. All right, here's a crisp shot. This looks like a DIY kind of seat thing for your kid. Looks all right. I feel like you just gotta be careful. Once this kid gets heavier, I feel like this is gonna bend, but yeah, I guess you know best. All right, nice little front shot. Basket's necessary when you have a kid. However, yeah, I'd straighten that up a bit. Crank arm not straight here. And that's basically it. All right, that's it for this time. Thanks for sending Vladimir. Thanks for sending Vladimir. All right, everyone, that's it for this time. Hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching. Numbers are down this time, so I might finally be able to get through all the emails. If you send, I'll get to it soon. Hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Peace.